ever wonder why some people make success look so easy and the rest of us are burning ourselves out? What if I told you your brain is hiding the biggest breakthrough from you, and that's what's keeping you working twice as hard for half the results? Yeah, I drink champagne from cereal bowls now. Life's too short for unnecessary rules. See that analytical reaction you just had? That's your skeptical voice wondering, is she serious with that cereal bowl? That's exactly what blocks most people from their intuition, the analyzer that keeps you working twice as hard for half the results. Today, I'm sharing what I wish someone would have told me before I lost everything. I'm Dr. Amirah Hall, and for over 25 years now, I've helped high-achieving entrepreneurs and executives tap into their intuitive intelligence to create extraordinary results. I've been interviewed hundreds of times, taught my techniques in major banks across the Middle East, and worked with billionaires, Fortune 500 executives, and even royalty. With over 15,000 coaching hours, my expertise didn't come from a textbook. It came from losing everything and discovering what actually works. Back in the 90s, I was the person that everyone thought had it all figured out. I had a 6-figure corporate career, industry awards, the house, the fancy car, and all the external markers of success. And I was also secretly exhausted, disconnected, and running on fumes. I couldn't figure it out, but something was missing. Then in 1998, I had a near-death experience in Egypt that literally changed everything. Something extraordinary happened. My access to the unseen world opened so wide I couldn't function in the conventional world anymore. My inner vision suddenly allowed me to see into other dimensions. I didn't have words for it at first, but it was like accessing the quantum field where everything begins, where thoughts and emotions create reality. And when I returned to work, something had fundamentally shifted. I couldn't play the game anymore, and I got fired. I lost everything I had built. My so-called success vanished poof overnight. And that's when I discovered what true success actually requires, and it wasn't more hustle. Now I've helped high achievers access what I couldn't find with any success manual. I've created a free guide called the Success Frequency Starter Guide that helps you unlock your intuitive intelligence. So grab it now. The link's in my bio. It might be the most valuable 5 minutes of your week. Here's what nobody tells you about success. Working harder isn't the answer. I know, because I burned out twice trying to chase it. The second time was even more painful because I should have known better. The real problem? Most of us have been trained to ignore our intuition. We push through exhaustion, override our instincts, and we trust only what we can measure. But science now shows that 95% of your decisions happen at the subconscious level, below your conscious awareness. So after losing my career, I became obsessed with one question. Why did all my hard work and achievements leave me so empty and vulnerable? The answer was hiding in plain sight. I had built my success on someone else's blueprint while ignoring the wisdom of my own intuitive intelligence. Let's talk about something that most success speakers avoid entirely. How chronic stress literally rewires your brain and disrupts your energy field. This isn't woo stuff. It's measurable science that's rarely discussed. When you're constantly in stress mode, your brain produces excess cortisol, which actually shrinks the hippocampus, that part of you that's responsible for learning and memory. Your prefrontal cortex, the decision-making center, becomes less active. You literally can't think clearly or make good decisions in this state. But here's what almost no one is talking about. Stress doesn't just affect your brain chemistry. It disrupts your entire energy field. Research at the HeartMath Institute shows that stress creates chaotic, incoherent patterns in your heart's electromagnetic field, which extends several feet beyond your body. Let me tell you about a client of mine, John. He was a classic high achiever. Harvard MBA, worked 70-hour weeks with a prestigious consulting firm. He had the corner office, he had an impressive salary, but he was on his third divorce and taking medication for anxiety, high blood pressure, and insomnia. His doctor warned him that he was headed for a heart attack. He had tried everything, productivity systems, time management, even meditation apps. Bottom line, nothing was working because he was trying to solve an energy problem with logical solutions. The turning point came when he realized a belief that rest must mean he was weak or vulnerable. His energy was constantly broadcasting danger, keeping him on high alert or the fight or flight mode. But once he learned how to shift his frequency using my methods, everything changed. Within months, He reorganized his team, he delegated more effectively, and actually increased his department's productivity while working 20 hours less a week. His blood pressure normalized, he started rebuilding his relationship with his kids. And as Dr. Gabor Maté confirms,
when the body says no, my contention being is if you don't, the body will say it for you.
So now Michael's stress wasn't just a mental state, it was physical and energetic patterns that were sabotaging his success and his wealth. And Dr. Bruce Lipton's research confirms
the function of the mind is to create coherence between your beliefs and your reality. If I have a negative belief, the function of my mind is to manifest behavior to experience those negative realities. If I have positive beliefs, then the function of my mind is to manifest a positive experience.
When I was rebuilding my life after hitting rock bottom, I discovered something powerful. Success isn't just about strategy and effort. It's about alignment. When your conscious goals align with your subconscious programming, everything flows. When they don't, you're fighting yourself every step of the way. I call this alignment the success frequency. It's that state where opportunities find you, decisions become clear, and work feels energizing instead of draining. It's not mystical, it's neurological, it's energetic. And once I found that, I was able to rebuild my success without the burnout. Now let me tell you about Dory.
When I came to work with Amirah, I was in so much grief that I was just totally immobilized and couldn't hardly do anything. I was just stuck in life and had a lot of anxiety and depression, and I was on anxiety medicine.
Dory came to me devastated after losing her only son to suicide. And though she functioned at her job, she was a law firm manager, she was just going through the motions and fighting back tears almost constantly. And unlike John, Dory's challenge wasn't about the external success, but profound grief that was mobilizing. Her energy field was broadcasting that deep loss. It was blocking all possibilities and healing for her. The turning point came when Dory learned how to release these energetic blocks using my techniques. Instead of pushing harder, we focused on releasing these outmoded patterns that were blocking her from being aligned with her authentic goals. And as we began clearing that burden of heavy grief, something remarkable happened. She began communicating with her son in spirit, transforming her relationship in profound ways. Professionally, she felt a bit stuck. She had been in the same job for 23 years. She had no resume. She didn't know how to search for a job. Something extraordinary happened. Instead of frantically sending out applications, she aligned with her authentic worth.
And I remember telling Amirah, I don't know what I'm going to do. Where am I going to be? Now there's bidding wars with some employers over me trying to get me to work for them. I'm just so excited. I'm living my life now. It's just amazing the things that are coming in. I have abundance. I would highly recommend Amirah for anyone, for any reason.
Today, she's the happiest she's been in years, completely transformed both emotionally and professionally. So through the years of research and working with thousands of clients, I've developed this intuitive edge method, and it's specifically designed for high achievers who are tired of that constant grind. This transformative approach will help you access your intuitive intelligence, release energetic blocks, and help you align with authentic success in just 10 weeks. I promise you'll experience more clarity, make decisions faster, attract more opportunities that are in alignment with your goals, all while breaking free from the burnout cycles. But before I share that, I need to be frank about something that most programs won't tell you. What's keeping you stuck is likely invisible to you. Think about it. You're smart, you're driven, and probably tried a lot of different approaches. But downloading another course, reading another book, often leads to initial excitement, followed by the same old patterns. That's because you can't see your blind spots. It's like trying to remove a splinter from your own eye. This is why my approach combines a proven 3-step system with personalized guidance. Because the truth is, addressing what you can't see on your own is going to take decades of trial and error, while the right mentor can help you make the breakthroughs in weeks. So here's how it works. First, we activate your heart-brain coherence. This isn't just meditation. It's a specific technique that synchronizes your heart and your brain waves, creating that state where intuition flows naturally. When you're in this state, you access insights that your logical mind simply can't reach. Next, we identify the energy patterns that are blocking your success. These are often old beliefs and emotions that you've been carrying for years, sometimes for your entire life, without even realizing it. Once these blocks are cleared, your energy field shifts, and you can naturally begin to attract different experiences. And finally, we activate your unique success frequency. This is where you align your conscious intentions with your subconscious programming and your energy field. And when all three are in harmony, success becomes your default state rather than something that you have to constantly chase. And when you combine with heart coherence techniques, you're aligning both conscious and subconscious minds toward the same goal. You're literally changing the electromagnetic field your heart generates, which researchers have measured about 6 feet around your body. And this field interacts with everyone and everything around you. When it's coherent and aligned, you naturally attract opportunities, resources, relationships that match your goals. It's not magic, it's physics. When my clients access their own success frequency, they consistently report 3 major shifts. First, their intuition becomes their most valuable business asset, helping them make better decisions faster. Second, opportunities they couldn't see before suddenly become obvious. And third, this was a game changer for me. They break free from that burnout cycle while achieving meaningful success. One client told me it felt like finally taking the foot off the brake while pressing the accelerator. Here's the thing. If you don't take control of your conscious programming, it will keep running the same old patterns on repeat. And as Dr. Joe Dispenza says,
the hardest part about change is not making the same choices you did the day before, period. And the moment you decide to make a different choice, get ready because it's going to feel uncomfortable.
That discomfort is a signal that you're stepping into a new frequency. After burning out twice and losing everything, I can tell you with absolute certainty, success without intuitive intelligence is just exhaustion with a fancy title. The success frequency isn't about manifesting magical outcomes. It's about aligning your conscious goals with subconscious wisdom so that you can achieve more with less struggle. And that feeling you have right now, pay attention to it. Your intuition is trying to tell you something important. Maybe it's time for you to stop ignoring the most powerful diva system you have. If you're ready to access your own success frequency, I've created that guide for you that shows you exactly how to begin. The link's in my bio, and it might just be the breakthrough that you've been working so hard to find. That's it for today's video. If you like this content, go ahead and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.